Boink. Heidi ho. I haven't been streaming for a while because I first had to learn how to use an entirely new program called Plasticity, which we're doing the modeling in now for the maps, because Unreal was driving me insane, as is often the case. So, with that, let me see here. So, I already have this thing, this cute little map in Unreal Engine, and it is of course called Bloodfall, which is a play on Blood Run, which is what this was at the very start very loosely based on, but now really doesn't have any sort of, well, it's got nothing to do with Blood Run anymore. We've got a corridor, we've got this thing, we've got a few other things. But yeah, it's not got much to do with the old Blood Run anymore. So we've changed it for the better, I hope. So there's still a few things I need to do here. So I'm going to be doing that for about 2 hours-ish. And then I've got a D&D game, which is one I won't stream. Yeah, so anything with a sharp corner still needs to be taken a look at. The thing I needed to solve here was that I have a problem with this. Also need to remake this because I did some things. Yeah, this is what I've been working on, not streaming. And yeah, I'm getting right into it. This corner I need to unfuckify. This is fine still. I might do this edge. This, I'm not sure if I actually want to have another area here. I probably will just close that up and have that as the entry point here and expand this again, because I had to remake this entire thing because there were some issues with the sheets. This bump I've already fixed. The window's gonna stay a window. Okay, so to the plasticity. What were we? So we were here. So that place is here. So that's this bump you see. Yeah, this needs to be something completely different, but I haven't been that high yet in terms of development here, so that's fine. I'm first gonna solve my other problem. Yeah. There we go. I'm going to be able to do that from here. I'm going to check what this does. Okay, not too great of a fan of that. Yeah, because that screws this entire area up. Don't quite want to do that. We could exclude things, right? So I'm still learning this. Yeah, so I can't do that. And I add limits. It's gonna be here. There we go. That works. So then we could do the chamfer, or we could do the rounded corner. I think I'm gonna do the rounded one. 0.5 seems fine. If I do this, it's going to be too much. Yeah, all right. Thinking of it, I probably want to do the same thing here. So if we remove this again, oh dear lord. On the other thing. So if we remove these guys, what happens? Can't dissolve there. Because I have an issue with this not working because of whatever. Oh, maybe it's because of this, actually. Yeah, complete edge. That might help. Of course, it's not. It's not gonna help. I don't know what's wrong with this structure. I've done some heinous crimes already to get this far, but this doesn't work. This doesn't work. Yeah, there's a little bit of a chamfer. It's not really what we need there. So this is a problem. I do want this, but I want it to stop over there. So let's do, what was it, L again? Limit stop. And there. And that's not good, because the edging and joining edges are... The bollocks is not bollocking, okay. So if we put the stop, maybe... I press the right button, yes? No? Okay. Edge is not laminar. I have no idea what these things mean. So I can do this. Huh. Do those loops. Can't do these. So if I do that, it breaks. Great. Wonderful. Because it starts over there. That's fantastic. So I don't have any control over that, I guess. So it starts doing it there. So somehow that is fucked. Yeah, alright. Cool, cool, cool. Yeah, we're just gonna keep it the way it is. And I'll have to come up with something else for that corner. No idea. Well, wonderful. So I'm just going to, this is a straight one. Grab you for a sec. So I can work on this. Okay. So let's do 2. -2, fine. And -2. Oh, this doesn't want to take that edge. That's annoying. Okay. Do it manually. There we go. Not gonna care about the ugly edges there too much. Yeah, because that's gonna screw us over otherwise. And then fillet this to... Is 1 possible? No. 1 might not be. Just a little bit for a visual. I would have liked some more. How much can I do here? Okay. These guys are fine. This is the problematic one. Okay. Makes sense. Because what is it doing? Okay, so I'll compromise. I just want to be done with this, honestly. 1, and then you get to be a little smaller. Because you're an asshole. There we go, fine. I'll live with it. That goes all the way up there, that's fine too. Okay. What I did want to do was here. I'm gonna try and push my luck, as it's called. Just gonna do that here. And I'm just gonna see what happens if I... Nope. Damn. So this doesn't want to match with that, and this doesn't want to match with that. Good. Absolutely fantastic. Thank you so much. So how far do you allow me to go? Right up there. So touching, no touching? It is touching. Okay, great. Now you... That's not gonna work ever. Yeah. But it is intersecting. So why you no work? Bleh. If I come out. This is getting into crime territory here, but this is not gonna be right. Can I do you? No. Even, no. Okay. How about that? Step. I wanted to kind of work. This is crime worthy, but this is awful. Gonna ignore it. Yeah, there we go. Do that. Or sure. Yeah. Fine, it's fine. Yeah, I just wanted to have a visual blocker here. That's fine. Okay. So then, this place. This is not really going anywhere. Probably. Do I do anything with that? It's that thing. Because it's the barrier there. Because if it goes away. Then what happens? Nothing. Anyway. It's sort of a vestigial thing for when you take the corner here. This corner needs to be here. Probably want to do that. How far am I? Ooh. Oh, crime. That is funny. That is not something people want to see. Alright. Just until here, I think. At least it's functional. But I'm going to do that last. I'm not going to do that now, but I'm happy it works. I do this, then it goes all the way back there, so I need to be careful for that. Do I care about that? Maybe we can make a barrier here. It is still straight, so yeah. This is also still bothering me. I could do something like stupid like that, I guess. It doesn't look great. It might be relevant. Nothing. Fine, so that's the whole bit there. So don't want that. Definitely. Do I just make it go away? I think I just make it go away. Sorry, cleaning some things up. There we go. So we've got this thing, and we can't actually do anything with this because of reasons. That edge is broken somehow, which is a bit annoying. And here this goes into that, goes into this, so that, yeah, we could probably do that too. Go. So why is this broken? Do I get an error? Not really. Okay, this works. That also doesn't work, right? So maybe we need to put the edge in there. And then just round this off. And hope for the best. Because I've done a lot of things with the sheets here. And that's not working. Don't know why. Because I converted this from Unreal, from the original map, to get to the correct things going. Correct scaling. Yeah, I think I'm just going to close this off. Yeah. That's great. Does that help me at all here? No, it does not. Super. edge. Trying to figure out what it is that is a problem for this thing. Like, where is it connected? So it does go straight there. You go all the way up here. That might be the issue. So if I want to do this, click fillet L, edge is not laminar. So you're connected to that thing there. That is fantastic. So I can't do this because this is looped in there. I can't remove this because I can't simplify this, so I'm screwed here. Is that the same problem I'm having here? Very likely. So, and if I say, okay, I want to do things. There we go, fillet. Limit stop, I can't. Toggle tangent edges, can't do that. L, oh, it did a thing. I think it might have crashed. Oop, there you go. That's the stop. Okay, so it did allow me to do that for a second. Come on, plasticity. I believe. Okay. I'm asking something incredible. Yeah, it's. Can't do much, bub. Yeah, there he goes. Right, let's save. This is totally not complex, right? This is totally not a complex thing to be doing. So, no. Yeah. I'm not gonna screw around too much with these little details. That's not what I'm trying to do today. Trying to get the broad strokes in. So this I can do. What can I do with you? Also the same kind of thing. Okay, because then this is closed. This not being rounded is not the end of the world. Maybe. Then that does work. How unholy would this be? Now that works. And that works. That's just evil. Honestly, I'm not above it. I'm not above it. Fuck it. That's heinous. Okay. Get rid. Nope. Don't get rid of you. That's that's a holding edge, because this is a sheet, and if I delete certain things, no longer is a sheet, but it is a block. Can't really do that. So don't worry about these little random edges. They're perfectly fine. Okay. So we want to do something with this. Definitely want to bring this out. So yeah, I do want a piece of platform here, so likely let's just do that. So we've got a reference. All the way. That doesn't need to be all the way. 16, that doesn't matter. This does matter. Let's do 2. Okay. And what we're going to do is get you imprint on that. Alright. Then we don't need you anymore. Just extrude that a little bit. Maybe even... Oh. Oh, you're taking that? If I do this, then it's... yeah. It's block o'clock again. Alright, that's fine. Put X-ray on so I can grab you. Get you done. No, okay. Doesn't really matter. No. Okay. 3 is fine. There, and then you. What? Why are there 2 edges? I don't need you. What are you doing there? Hmm. Ah. 3 again. There we go. And get you in there. Oh, yes. That is unholy. Let's not do that. Okay. Nope, not you. Powers of X-ray. Get you on 3 again. Go. Yeah. So that's a little platform. Now we can... let's get rid of X-ray. Be maybe a little extra with it. Just do that. Because we're special. There we go. Then I don't like this at all. That sharp edge. And if I flange it here, what are you gonna do about it? I need to see that part. This we can round. No big deal. And then we can't do that anymore. So what is important? More important? That thing. What, you don't want to do it anymore? 3. Oh, you can chamfer, but you don't want to fill it. Oh. That's not what I asked. Alright. Let's complete the edge, I guess, on this. I'm just gonna break it up a bit more. There's a whole lot of things happening over there, and I don't like it. I'm very careful with this area because, yeah. This is where it broke earlier. Let's do that. Everybody happy again? No. Okay. Oh, there's a shot. Is it because there's something weird happening here? Yes. Still nothing. Alright, cool. Okay, let's see what's going on. Let's grab you. See what's wrong. Ah, I see. Okay. That needs to be fixed. Can I X-ray you and just grab this? Do that. There we go. And then you as well. I don't want to make it worse. I want to fix. Okay. I don't think fixing is in the cards here. Yeesh. No. Okay. If I bring you forwards, and that whole gap goes, so let's split you up. And split you up. Yes. Almost. Yeah. Okay. That's good. Now I need to unfuck you. No idea how. Yeah, this is gonna stay heinous. All right. So this is connected to the ramp. This guy. Oh. So this and that is standing there. This is problematic, but it is the outside, so I can basically do what I want with it. We've closed this up already. And it reaches for this area. So I do want to like do something different here. Dagadeth, hi. And fuck you. It does look like an engine block, I can't deny it. But look, when you're inside of it, it actually does look like a map. See that? It does look like a map. Yeah? The only thing is I'm fixing a gasket right now is what I'm doing. But yeah, it does look slightly engine blocky. All right? But And what do I spend my time on? Trying to fix things like, oh look, like, because it was. I mean, you have been having your fun with Unreal, right? But I want to see a cool party trick that for plasticity has. So I'm trying to unfuck these little edges because I don't know why they even exist right now. Here's a very cool party trick. Okay, get ready. Now I have to change control schemes. So if we do away with this, let's not X-ray for a second, and grab this edge, right? And then open this up a little bit so that you do get the X-ray mode, right? Okay, and then you see this. Oh, let's see if it works. There's another one that will work, but okay. So this edge, if I delete it, my entire map fills up. Great, isn't it? It is now become a solid block because it flipped the normals on it. So now it definitely is an engine block. A solid piece, in fact. So let's undo that real quick, right? I've got a few of those. I've got this guy here as well. Same thing. Yeah, it's literally a load-bearing edge. It's a load-bearing poster. It's exactly what that is. So again, this one as well. If I delete this... Okay, it's maybe this one. Yeah, there you go. The whole thing becomes a block. Because now it registers as a solid. Right here. And if I undo it, then it's a sheet again. Now the fun thing in Unreal is I accidentally, I think, did it the proper way. Because look, you can see through it, right? So it is, in fact, like the olden maps of old, a single normal thing without substance, right? And if you go inside, of course, everything is fine. And everything works. Because you're inside, right? Still need to figure out how I'll do the windows again. But as far as we're concerned, this is very lightweight and actually the proper way to do things. And I kind of stumbled into that by accident. So, hurrah. I really like this area. It's a little fucked in the normals and for texturing and stuff. But I like that little swoop. I still need to up the... because I was a little scared of how detailed things would be. But I do need to up the poly count, so to speak. Yeah. Hooray. Every program has its little intricacies, let's call them. Or rage inducers is another word you might use. Yeah. So let's not play with those edges. And I just need to fix up the tops, and then I'm almost as good as done. And then we can start tweaking obsessively. But yeah, so if I pull... So here, because there's another one of these guys, right? There's one of those. Is this a killer? This is a killer, yeah. Okay. You have to be a little careful. Yeah, no, Unreal didn't care. But the one thing I was really scared of was that it would have flipped the normal, right? It's not that big of a fix, but it would just actually put everything inside out. But yeah, no, Unreal doesn't care, thankfully. Maybe it slipped up and it'll screw up everything a little later, but yeah, in terms of meshes and stuff, it is, dare I say it, robust. Difficulty for the sake of it. Yeah, but you do realize that when I posted those pictures yesterday, I had been unfucking these some of these sheets for 2 hours, right? I was basically manually stitching them together, trying to find the logic in where it would have connected, because this is the last time I will ever import, because this is actual Blood Run that I imported from the old version, converted it, and then made it so that Plasticity could read it, and then unscrewed it, basically, right? Why did I do that? Because rebuilding it would have probably taken the same amount of time, and I would have had to check the size and the scaling every single time. This is now one-to-one still the same scale of what it was before, right? So I don't change too much of what was already working. Never again. Because then it starts like... it creates its own connections on how the all the because now I'm checking here, like how all the lines are connected and stuff. It looks for its own logic in it, and sometimes that can get really interesting, like this guy, for instance. You know, that's connection, and it runs through there, and it just clips in here, and I can't really do anything about it. Once it's converted, though, it doesn't really matter as much. But like, look at this little fella, just running down here, and there's no way for me to really break up that connection. So now because of what happened, I can't take this corner and fill it in anymore, so I can't round it because it's made that connection. I fixed it in this corner. I'll probably do it in the other one to just make an entire segment. Not that it matters too much. But yeah, it's interesting to try and fix all of that. And I'm probably doing something with this program that I literally, this is a program to make your engine block, not to make an Unreal map, right? So, or at least, yeah, do that kind of modeling instead. So I'm sort of not doing what it was supposed to be doing with it. Yeah. Difficulty for the sake of difficulty. So, because I want this, so this works, right? So you can just, whoop, oh look, it's around the corner, huzzah. So that's great. Yeah, like I'm not gonna spend too much. So I'm glad these work. Because that's the thing, it's all gameplay irrelevant, right? I can even make a full arch if I wanted to. No, like Plasticity has been full of black magic for me. Like it's been doing some very crazy things very easily, right? I've like spent a month on this program now. I've learned from absolute scratch. I've learned it, and I've managed to do this thing with it. So yeah, it is black magic, and it sometimes does things that shouldn't happen. Like they shouldn't be that easy. So I'm willing to take one for the team here, but yeah. Yeah. Because I don't think for Unreal there has been one thing that you said, oh wow, it did that without any issue. I'm sure there's somewhere in Unreal, there's some things that you're like, oh, I didn't think it would be that easy. What are you doing? Why are you? Why are you? Is this? Yeah, you are. Okay, never mind. So I know why you're here. So you'll stay there, and I can just ignore that you exist. There you go. Yep. All right, cool. Yeah, so this is an entry point. I don't want this straight corner. Can I do this? So maybe 1 and 1. Can I do full? No. Can I do U1? Yes, okay. And it's done the entire arch. Look at that. So these are things. Like I rounded this corner and it just grabbed these and did that as well. Did I want that? That doesn't matter. It did it anyway because it connected those edges. And like, for instance, if I do this guy and that guy, this one I can do alone. If I do these two, it'll also take this corner here. See? All right, Daggett. Yeah, I'm not gonna be streaming too long either, but I wanted to get the mold off and actually do this. Just press fucking stream and focus on actually doing things, so my ADHD doesn't get a chance to fuck me over. 1. I can live with 1, I think. It's not that relevant for gameplay, but because I still have a problem here, huh? Because I do want this to happen. There. Yeah. Let's do 4. Can I? Yes, I can. And then what do you do? Not too much. But you, I can do. I'm fine with this. I'm not gonna overcomplicate this area. And then maybe chamfer this. Cause this, no, that's not gonna work. Don't do this. Do you? Here's the 2.5. The edge off. Not gonna overcomplicate the area. And this, yeah, we need to start over with that. This is now a corner that I don't mind. This, I'm just gonna keep simple. Well. Yeah, I'm gonna come off the top rope here, I think. Do that. So I can see the corners here. Is this a whole load bearing edge as well? Yes, it is. Okay. So, coming off here, we have these corners. So what I really want to do is move you and give this a little bit more. And then we can do this and split you twice, bring you down. That's enough. And grab these two. And can we do full? Oh. That is kind of funny. I like that. Didn't plan on that. Too. Because this is where the chain gun is normally. So. Okay. So this is a thing now. I don't know why I decided, and it is. That's the wonderful thing. When can we play? Hi. Honestly, we've made a list. We've made a list of what we need to do before we can start testing. And we're doing quite well. The number one thing that's holding us back is me. Because I really need to finish some things. And that's why I'm streaming again. So I can actually force myself into doing things, even though if I procrastinate with things relating to the project. But yeah, we're fighting my demons here. Because what has happened is, in the last month or so, I have been learning this program because I was getting completely and utterly deflated by Unreal Engine and having to map inside the engine. I don't know what that does. Is this good or bad? Wait, I need you to not be a thing then. There we go. I know what I'm doing, don't worry about it. So this... Right, so... Maybe I do want you to be a thing. And then that happens. Right, and can I do Hordle? Hordle's not gonna work. That's not good enough. Alright, so let's do that, see what happens there. This is a bit problematic. But yeah, I've been learning this program, and that's why I didn't quite stream anymore, because I was literally doing tutorials and watching videos on it and doing very simple things. And then I have done so. And so the first, well, no, this is the second thing I'm trying. First one was a remake of Somnus, which you might have seen in a few videos already, which is basically Morpheus from Unreal, 3 buildings, skyscrapers, things. And then this is one of my first maps that actually got played in Broadside, which is Bloodfall, which is a play on Blood Run from Quake, and which it now looks like an engine block, but it's almost got nothing to do with your original map. But it is a thing now, so I am rebuilding it, and as you can see, it is a map, which might look a little familiar, especially when I'm zooming through at an immense pace. But ta-da, look, it's in Unreal, and that is this model that I'm working on. So this is definitely just a standard deathmatch map, right? And this is our test map so far. So yeah, that is what is up. So this is what I'm making, and this is where I'm modeling it. So could have done this a while ago. I really didn't want to learn Blender again, and then this magical program arrived. And for the blocking out that we're doing, because I have no illusion that this is a final map, by the way. This is still very much proof of concept stuff, but it is playable, and it is a lot better than the blockiness of what we had before, right? Hey Andy, thanks. It looks at least a step better than what was there before, right? Like, before it was legitimate, like, worse than the original Quake kind of shit, and now it looks a little bit more better. I'll give you guys a tour. Hang on, because still, like, I'm actively working on this, right? So it applied something, I think. Oh well. Like, yeah. So the one thing I was worried about, because it's showing up all right. No. Let me switch. Be not alarmed. There we go. So, the disc fuser multiple entry vehicle shotgun disc launcher is going to pay to win. Yeah, definitely. So if you pay $15, you get the shotgun disc launcher. So yeah, and we've got, you know, we've got these things as well. I can, ow, drive over in style. I definitely know how to drive this thing. So I just import this. That lagged because it was loading the thing and we're in the engine. There we go, that's a mega railgun. Isn't that great? How do I get out of here again? There we go. So, I was really worried it would fuck up normal, but it actually didn't, so I'm happy. There we go, now we're in the map. So these areas I still need to do. If you see sharp edges, that usually means that I'm still working on it. So, I can definitely go in here and screw around. See what's up. Oh wow, shooting the chain gun, loading in. There we go. Pew pew pew. There's no lighting in here yet, so it's all still standing. So I'm working on this bit right now. So here's the door that I already closed up, and this I already fixed as well. And this is the area I now turn into a loop-de-loop. So if you go back, screen. Nope. There we go. So that's this area that I'm now doing with the door and the pillar and everything. That's this place. So that's now rounded. Still need to do that pit. So, and this is, you know, I've been doing some experimental stuff. Again, like when a few months ago I said, you know, Roman skate park, or, you know, Roman bathhouse / skate park. That's definitely what I had in mind. And with this new modeling program, the filleting and this is still very blocky, because this is the first import I did, and I was a little scared. So you can still see it is not rounded. But because it was such a big export, I was a little conservative on the fidelity, let's say. So that was the vehicle exploding because it was timed out. So yeah. Where's the combustion chamber? Well, I would think this pit, right? Don't worry, it's not smaller. I didn't make it, but it's clipping into the terrain because I didn't want to fall in and have to crawl out every time I was testing. So here again, it clips into the ground a little bit. So this is still something I do need to fix. This whole rebuild of Bloodfall, should I say, started because I wanted this pit and this area to be cleaned up. I spent so long trying to get these assets right in Unreal, and I'm like, nah. There has to be something else. And that's kind of... So this whole area is the reason why I did that. So this, I go up. Okay, so if I do it properly, I land here. Okay, that's good, that's good, that's good. Still don't know what I want here. If I want to cut this in... I don't know how this happened, by the way. I have no recollection when I made this slide. Or where it is even going. This is second level... Yeah, I don't know. If I go through here, I end up here. Yeah, that's not gonna work. Oh yeah, this little bump I already fixed as well. Anything that can help speed up the map process, like... Oh, dude, don't worry. Yeah, I have height maps. I've been making height maps since the TA days. So yes, height maps for the outdoor stuff, way ahead of you. Way ahead of you. But mostly, yeah, it's just us being amateurs, right? I'm never gonna claim I'm just the idea guy here. So I'm learning how to map. Wedge, for instance, is our audio engineer. He has more maps in the game right now than I do, because he's the one who was it you or Brian who discovered plasticity? I've got a feeling it's always gonna be Brian, right? Because it's always Brian. If something happens. But yeah. Didn't make it. Is Broadside going to be a deathmatch arena shooter? No, it is going to include that. It is going to be a Quake style. It has Quake style pickups, weapon pickups, and all that. So it will have. Brian shared it with me. There you go. See, why do I even ask? Anything good happening to this project? It's Brian. Yeah. And thanks for convincing me, Wedge, to actually learn the thing. But yeah, so there is going to be deathmatch. Did I just close Unreal? I think I did. Oh well. Screen 1, please. So yeah, there is going to be deathmatch. There's going to be a whole bunch of other game modes, not just CTF, but we do have CTF working as well. So that is going to be the mile stick, should I say, to which we compare all the things we're doing. But yeah, DM, I do want, because I kind of want Broadside to help maybe get some life back into the arena shooter scene as well, because it is so very close. It is so very, yeah, connected, all of it, right? So this thing, how am I going to, am I just, yeah, I think I'm doing this. Just there, and then see what the top is going to be like. There we go. I love the X-ray mode. I absolutely adore it. See, I can do that. Yeah, so you can basically do a loop-de-loop a little bit. And can I push my luck? I feel like pushing my luck. No. Degrees failed. Okay, never mind. Undo, undo. Didn't do anything. There. Okay. Anything else I want to do while I'm here? Nah. Okay. Back to this guy. So now this is nice and rounded. So here's your cylinder, by the way. Wedge. There you go. Cylinder block. I mean, yes, it very much looks like an engine block. Yeah, plasticity is a NURBS editor, and I don't know what I would have done. I would have likely... I have a very extensive course in Blender, but it is black magic, okay? It is simply black magic. So this doesn't work. Sometimes things... Oh, by the way, Wedge, now I hear. You want to see something cool? So this is a sheet, right? So when you go to Unreal, this is... I'm really happy that the normals are. So this is basically, you know, just a single face. And inside it's fine, right? And then outside the normals are flipped. So... This is a sheet. This is not a solid. Okay? Now, look what happens. I have a few load-bearing edges that if I delete them, the whole map does become a solid. As in, it becomes a block. So now it is an engine block. Yeah. So we don't delete those edges. We I'm sorry. Yeah, it's a stream delay, right? You didn't ask for this cursed knowledge. I understand. So yeah, there's a few that if I delete them, then things go kaboom. But it's fine. It doesn't break the model. It just does weird things. But yeah. There is one thing that is really annoying right now. Because I converted this from BSPs, basically, in Unreal, it has some weirdness still. Like, it connects edges to fucking Narnia. And I don't know how to break that. So instead, I'm just going to do heinous things like this. And then break that connection so now I can fillet it again. And I am perfectly fine. I'll do the time for the crime. Because otherwise... Oh, hang on. Can we do the whole thing? Can we do the whole thing? Come on. No? Don't want to do the whole thing. Okay. So now we just do heinous things like this. There we go. And it gives It's a character, right? Yeah, that's fine. I'm getting a little bit more, how do I put it, impatient. Some of these things, because I really want to finish this, because I want to do so many other things. That's why I started streaming, to focus myself and actually get shit done, because it's very difficult for me sometimes when I'm emotionally done with something. It is nigh impossible for me to actually push through. We're working on it. Okay, you. These are crimes. The problem is there's a holding a load bearing one there, so can't really change that. Okay. I just want the corner, dude. The test base? No, this is a deathmatch map. This is honestly to test our indoor wall running and stuff. But this is a deathmatch map. It could be a base. It'll be the world's most complicated base, and you would have. I mean, it might show up. Hell, it might even show up as something flying. That would be funny. Wedge, for or against this being an ominous flying thing, large flying thing. It would be funny. I mean, it's already got the engine block look. We just need a cockpit. Yeah, this is also why am I doing Bloodfall again, this map again, because I've had 3 iterations of this already. Because I'm learning the program. Yes, I need to learn program, and this is a good way to do it because I know this thing already. But that said, I will never, ever take something that was... Yeah, there's a lot going on here, right? I mean... Yes. It's not about capturing the flag, it's about finding the flag and then you win. But yeah. We have hidden a thing somewhere in this entire place. Still, I mean, it has improved over time. Now I have this thing here. I hadn't really noticed. Do we want to do this? Or just keep it as a platform? I think I'm keeping it as a platform. We're not chamfering this, are we? No, we're not doing anything to it. It is right up there. But yeah, so importing this from Unreal... that's going to be a load-bearing edge. Yep. I'm starting to figure them out. At least let me complete it. There we go. So it isn't such an eyesore. Right. This is about the extent of what I want to do here. This, however, this area is still a bit problematic. This is rounded. That's fine. That goes in there. So now this hole is where that chute comes out of for those at home. So we're currently located here, which is this hole here, which comes from this chute. You go up. So you jet up and land there and then go here and get the mortar. So yeah. So this, I feel like I want to extend it just a little bit more to that side. So we've got a little bit more leeway coming up. Yeah. And then this thing leads into this. I still don't know what I want to do with these things, though. Like, there was a platform here as well at some point. I don't know if I want it back. Yeah. So this is closed. That is now a thing. Yeah, that's now this. And then this comes into here. And let's see how much this thing allows me to do. That's great. So I'm just going to push it a little bit. And then I wonder... I could do this. I don't think I like that. I'm just going to cheat to it, I think. Because it's not relevant, the corners here. It's mostly cosmetic at that point. Yeah. This or... Yeah, no, let's round it. 1.2. By the way, Wedge, that's one thing. And, you know, opinions may vary. But one thing I have been doing is on the... Let's call them like the chamfered edges. What I've been doing is I've been using on the corners, I've been doing a fillet of 1 every single time. Well, usually 1 or 1 point or 0.2 depending on how big it takes. So just getting the chamfers in and then just rounding it with all constantly the same value. Doesn't need to be the same value everywhere, but maybe like follow the same rule on the same map. So that's what I've been trying to do. So all of these corners and stuff, these horrid things as well. Like on this, for instance, if I just go on a tangent, so if I do this, then I would do this, and then just do 1, please. There we go. Then I can do this and then copy that one as well. So give it like some consistency because I'm all over the place otherwise. Some of these shapes are very experimental indeed. Yeah. Experimental being the nice words for completely amateur, but still. Gonna do... do I want to... What's happening here? So this you drop down. That's fine. So do I want to bring this in? It does connect from over there. It's coming from up there. That's fine. Yeah, I don't mind that. But am I allowed to go all the way like these guys? No. It's too much. So it is a little asymmetrical. Don't matter that. Yeah, that's fine. 3 then. Yeah. Okay. So that is a thing. There's still some crimes happening here, but yeah. Okay. That's good. Now we need to make a decision on the other room. So that's this. I legitimately have no recollection of when I did this. Kind of scary. This is still a straight edge. So, because that leads from there. So you kind of want to have a lead in there. Yeah, I'm going to reduce all of that. Fuck. This leads here. Do we want to do like a cut that connects to that place? Wait, can I select you for a sec for reference? Because that leads straight into there. That's not even straight. You guys. Or is it the perspective? Oh, it is the perspective, never mind. Okay, so that's the line that you want to go. So this is how I've been determining, by the way, how to where things end up as you're playing without having to do it every single time. I might as well do it for realsies, actually. Right there it is. Okay. So we are coming from... Ooh, so that's all the way up there. So... yeah, so this is not gonna connect, is it? Could do. Not if you're going too fast. Yeah, no. More of a slow burn kind of thing. You need somewhere for this to go. We do like using this. Yeah, it's good that I extended that a little bit. So that's a hole, this is not a hole. We need to round that top off so we don't bump into this. But do you want to open this up? Right. Might need to round this off a bit. Definitely round those. Haven't done those. Haven't done that area either. There. Alright. Well, we are going to have some defrag stuff going on, which is exactly what I'm going to be doing after I finish this map. And for that, I mean that's time trial, right? But I'm not going to be putting yellow paint on my deathmatch maps if that's what you mean. Like, this is very much a discovery thing. But I do want to, like, explore what is possible and whether or not something like these cornering pieces, for instance, if they just run you into a wall, then yeah, that's awful, right? So that's part of the map design, not just the modeling. And there is going to be a mini-map. How exactly we're doing it? I mean, there is a functional mini-map structure in the game right now, but we're not 100% agreed on how we're going to do it. But yeah. Oh. Wrong button. Need to hide these two. This, by the way, again, is proof that this isn't gonna work. What do you want to do? This program is black magic. Just tend to break things, though. Oh, yeah. Come on. Okay, so what is your problem? Why you no want? Yeah, definitely. Honestly, the way I'd like to describe it is this is attempting something like, what if these kind of games had been openly evolving for the last couple of years and somehow FPSZ was involved? Yeah. And this is, again, this is my proof of concept, right? So I do want to go for broke on what is possible, or what we want to see be possible. So I'm not going to be pussyfooting around with it. Okay, is that going to allow me to fill it this? Yes! I've got your number. This is still problematic, because it goes in there. Yeah, see, and this is where things start getting fucked up. So I'm not going to fill it that just yet. First do the thing we need to do. And we've got, I mean, we've got more traditional stuff, like more tribesy stuff being made as well. So now this doesn't work anymore, because I first need to do this. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna be stuck with that. And now we're back at the drawing boards. Okay. Points don't matter and everything's made up. Yeah. Okay, now that works. Okay, great. So we've got a little bit of weirdness going. And does U now work? No. So I do need to have that break. Otherwise, that don't work. Okay. Now that doesn't work. Okay. I'm learning things here. I mean, listen, okay? There's only so many ways you can make a skate park look interesting, yeah? So, I think I'm doing alright. This kind of shenanigans hasn't been attempted yet, and so far it looks playable. So, good luck to the modelers following me, though. The actual professionals trying to make something human readable out of it. I prefer this over that and that, yeah. Can we still do this? Kind of. Okay. That doesn't work. But separately you do. Okay. This is getting a little weird. Also, you're doing the whole thing. See, this is what I love about plasticity. How it chooses to connect things. Yeah, that's always been a problem, right? Verticality with mini maps and stuff and layers, and that's why, I mean, we need the verticality more so than Quake and Unreal. So I'm thinking we just do a blank mini map with people either above or below you, and have indicators for that in terms of situations, because yeah. So that works. That works well. This is heinous. But yeah. This works. What are you doing? Alright, fine. Don't think I need... Oh no, they became load bearing. No. Oh well. Let's make this a sharper corner. I do you. Yeah. Curse me for 1,000 years for what I have attempted here, but... Okay, now you work. Okay, fine. Great. That's the whole point of this, right? We're trying something that hasn't been attempted in a while, in a way that has not been considered viable, right? For a long time. And why not try this shit? You know? It's working. I mean, for the large part, this is coherent enough. It's mostly open plan as well. which I'd like to make other types of maps. But yeah, it's a fucking skate park for people with jetpacks. That's what you're going for, and it is surprisingly viable. Are these ramblings of a madman? Of course they are. That's... by making it everybody's problem, is what I'm saying. So I'm just gonna... because this is awful, by the way, right? This should not exist. I'm gonna do it anyway. Oh yeah, I do need to do that. Yeah. I think that the details, in CTF maps we could have the terrain there and just the tops of buildings as illustration, but you would need a hell of a system to basically have every layer, and not always the layers are well defined, by the way, because that's what I'm doing here, right? I mean, I have quite a few layers in my little engine block here. It's if Splitgate didn't do it, and they don't really have that much verticality, well, not of the complexity that we have, then why do we bother, Faulty? Okay, so why I want you... Can I undo that change? I did. Damn it. There we go. There. So why won't you work? This doesn't do anything, and you only go to about there. Why? Who do you connect to? You connect to that. Okay. So let's say if we do this. Nope. They are, Wedge. They actually are. Ah, so now that is working. Kind of. It is still an abomination. I don't really mind the rounding going on there, but what the fuck is this? So, am I safe to assume that if I press this and do this... Oh my god, it actually works. Okay. I'm so happy. And can I do a G2? I am not allowed to do a G2. That's too bad. What are you doing? What are you doing, pal? Alright, up until there. Chordal, even worse, so conic it is. I have a lot going on. Like, this was just me doing this on a whim. This is heinous. This is not going well. But I did this so you can have a more clear path from down there. So if you jet around this corner and jet into it, you actually can scoot along, and then this happened, because yeah. See, even when I'm involved, like I'm focused on something, this is because that is not great. I don't like what's going on there. Can I again maybe push my luck? No, because it starts there. Super. I don't know how to flip it. Toggle tangent edges. What is it here? Jumper fill it with the add variable point. Maybe variable points. So not you. Okay, yeah, that's what we're gonna do. Hang on. So do this. Variable points. Okay, so that's the whole thing. And this. It's a little all or nothing kind of deal. Alright, great. Okay, so if I split this up a bit more. Curve fatigue? Yeah, definitely. But it's functional though. That's the whole problem. It is perfectly functional. Like, it isn't as bad if you look at it on the map, right? It's just what the assets would look like. Okay? Like these. This is all pretty normal, right? This as well. This is a bit more out there, I will agree. This is pretty normal. Still need to do this corner as well. So it is not as bad as you think in the map itself, right? There's a few things that might need to change still, like this was an experiment of mine to do a thing. But yeah. Is not that bad. I don't need an intervention. But I am like this. I like this. Like the slanted corner and again, skate park. Right? Functional skate park. And you can zoom around here pretty easily as well. It's pretty forgiving. This is the corner we're talking about here. So you go from here up there and then you bump into this, so I wanted to curve that up a little bit. Because, well, yeah, it looks bad, this, but without the edges, it's fine. Not my problem. I really wish I could just... But why? I think I crashed it. Nope, okay. So you don't do anything. Yeah. This is a problem. Oh well. Oh. Alright, let's leave that straight then, because I'm not gonna screw around with it too much. Oh wow. Goes all the way over here. What? Never mind that. Maybe I don't need those curves. Maybe I can just do it this way. Now you've made me curve conscious. That works fine. All right. What else was there? Peekaboo. It was something I wanted to push. But what was it? Is it this here? No, this corner. Okay. Then we'll pushed. Thanks, Supermoto. Yeah. We're working on where we're this is one of the things I wanted to get finished before the testing, but it's not a requirement. But we do have a list of things that we want to finish, and we're working very hard to finish that. So we're working towards a playtest. That's all we're really doing. To make things as presentable and as functional as we can. Just had another, well, internal test yesterday. With some fun little crashes that Unreal throws at us. Right. I think I'm almost done here because I've got a D&D session in an hour. There's one thing I do want to check. This area here is a little problematic still. I want this to be the drop. I want this to be the ascension. And I want the corner here to be big enough for that. Just gonna do it this way. Yeah, I'm not 100% certain on this. Bring that in a bit more. I can't anymore. Yeah, okay. That's fine. That's good. And this thing... Probably wanna... Honestly? Or do I still want a little bit of a barrier? Because what we're trying to do here, we go from here, try to take the corner, We come from there, maybe. So you can take that corner and get into there. That's fine. Just a little corner there. Yeah, that's fine. Sharp correction in there. Yeah. Hopefully work. I'm going to change that. Okay. We're patient, man. Yeah. I mean, we did tell the world that we were doing this very early on, mostly to get people interested in maybe helping out, right? Because this kind of project doesn't live without people, well, wanting to support it, or at least with their skills. Not financially, because we're not there yet. But yeah, it's incredible to see the progress every week, even though I sometimes don't have, because that's why I'm starting the stream again, because I need to focus the fuck up basically, and you know, I'm struggling a lot with, because now as well, like with the pollen season, it increases like ADHD symptoms, if you what have you, and so I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna do this unless I force myself. Okay, I think I'm fine with this. I'm not gonna indent this. I don't think. I don't think that's gonna matter or make anything better. No. That's the corner. Put you on. What happens if I put you on a 1? Yeah. Go. And it comes in here. This is where the mega is gonna be, probably on here. Put you. Oh. 0.2. Okay. That's fine, that's fine. This works. Now we need to move up. First, just gonna save this. Grab you along. Come on. Want to? Okay, it is selected somehow. And in here, but It's not there. Okay. Export. Save. Export. Keep it a little complete. I'm not worried about performance at this point. I'm just worried about functionality. Yes, that's good. So you can ride up here. And also around this corner. Drop in here. Do things. Ah. Here as well. This is a weird thing. It is now a thing that is definitely in the game. Sure. Ooh. Yeah, the weird thing I did here is maybe a little problematic. Here, you just kind of ignore it, which is fine. So now this is a bit more open. It's good. And this heinous thing. Yeah, I don't love it. This is probably gonna go away. Does make the drop easier. Oh yeah, I need that speed bump I need to fix as well. I'm still bumping into this. Oh, that's what I needed to curve up, yeah. This... I don't know if I want to do that for just that angle. This is fine. The functionality of it is fine. Right? Having this little dip here. But that is not good. That is not good indeed. This is fine. This is working. This is good. This still needs to change. Maybe another arch or so. Arches still look very bumpy. So I still would need to... I mean, you don't see it when you're playing, but it... Yeah, there's some seams in there, but... Yeah, this is awful. This is good. This is a lot bigger than it used to be, this area. Isn't that much of a problem, because bottleneck areas are a problem for us. Not the kind of game we are. This is a solution. So we have a little bit of lock on this end, a little bit of LOSing going on. Yeah. This area I haven't done yet. need to remake that. This not being curved, is that a problem? Not really. Take your momentum. Yeah. Oh, I haven't done that yet. Okay. Fine. Still bump your head. Now you can also jump off and do that. Get in here. Do things. This needs to change. The flow has improved a lot. Can you show us this jump in there? Sure. Well, let me... Okay. Has been loaded. What would this jump look like? Yeah. Functional. Get a lot of speed. That one was not as great. Wall hug a corner? Yeah, definitely. Like, well, this is the thing, right? We have wall riding, right? So I'm riding the walls. Well, without, it's still, we do need to up it a little bit because I feel like I did some changes to it and I don't feel like they are quite enough yet. But we have the wall ride, the wall jump, so it does work, but I still need to use too much of my jets for it. So I do want to change. It needs to. We all unanimously agreed in the last test yesterday that it needed to be improved upon still quite a bit. So because right now it's sort of falling with style still. Yeah, because right now I do feel the need to constantly jet. Like this, you need to be going really fast in order for the wall ride to not feel kind of shitty. But we were, you know, it's an important thing to be really careful about when you're changing things, because it can make things ridiculous. But yeah, the slidey cling is better, so I can just like that shouldn't happen. Because I kind of want to be able to do a run of this, like, and just stay on the walls constantly. Now I'm more wall jumping rather than wall, because I'm already on the ground here. I do want to be able to, and I feel like I'm slowing down. I should be speeding up on the walls, I still feel as well. Yeah. And, you know, this map is going to be really important to test that. To see what kind of behavior we want to encourage, because this is built to be 99% about wall riding. And it is only when running around in here properly that you start feeling where the issue might be, right? So, yeah. So that is very much work in progress, because it used to be better than this, but then we changed the way the physics is handled and all the movement code and stuff. So we are very much intent on bringing them back. But yeah, we were focused on other things at that point. And yeah, definitely. I probably want to do some tweaking myself using this. Depending on how my week is, I'm not going to make any promises that I finish this week. I still have a weekend next week, which is good, because our auction is at 5 weeks. Otherwise, I'm working 2 weeks, well, 2 weekends out of 4. Now this time I do have 2 adjacent weekends, so I do want to finish this up so badly because I want to make some other things as well, especially the defrag. But on that note, yeah, the heavy probably needs a little bit of a, you know, telling off. Yeah. Heavies can be dangerous if we fuck around. And this, by the way, guys, is a medium, right? I'm playing as a medium right now. This is not a light. Lights are gonna be insane. That's why deathmatch is currently medium only. Yeah, no worries, man. I'm gonna try and keep the streaming up again. There's always reasons why I don't. Mostly to do with work pressure. I was in a bit of a hellhole the last month trying to get some things sorted at work, and yeah. Let's just say I didn't have a lot of energy left at the end of the day. But yeah, so we're gonna try and make this work. All right, I am gonna go. I still need to eat, and I've got a D&D section in half an hour. So yeah, the medium's kind of cool. But we sort of tweaked things because we didn't want to be useless, and having class selection on death matches was a bit problematic. So the DM at least. Well, actually, this is capture the flag because you can see that the team scores at the top, but it's also now in the medium spawn. Great, we're back. I'm gonna go. I gotta go eat, and then D&D, and not the one I'm streaming, sadly, but yeah. This that's why I started streaming as well again, because I'm confident enough to show what I'm working on. This beautiful little engine block that's also a map, and it's still practice. I've been working on this program for a month, right? So I'm still very much pretty much learning, and if actual modelers were to see what I'm doing here, they will run away screaming, and that's fine because, well, it's not like they're going to be helping out the team anyway. So on that note, thanks for watching, everyone. We're still working on this very much so, and see you next time. Bye-bye.